Major Northeast leaders unite to launch a brand new entity. Conrad Sangma, Pradyot and major leaders part of the new political outfit. Mohammad Azharuddin allotted the portfolios of minority welfare public enterprises by Revanth Reddy government in Telangana. Viewers, we begin with another big legal victory for Republic TV Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami. Today, the Delhi High Court has quashed the summons that had been issued against Arnab in a defamation case filed by an advocate during the coverage of GNU when anti-India slogans were being raised. The case was linked to Arnab's broadcast in 2016. The Delhi High Court order today brings a closure to years-long battle. Yet another vindication for Arnab Goswami and for the right to ask questions. This is also a big win for press freedom. I want to also try and go across to our lawyers. Senior advocate Malvika Trivedi appeared in this case for us and argued it before the Delhi High Court. We also saw Avinav appear in this case. Phoenix Legal's lawyer appear in this case for us and argue the case for us. And I'd like to go across to him. If Aman is with us now. I'll also give our viewers some details about what this case is about because this is a big legal victory that was there. Delhi High Court had quashed the criminal defamation case filed against our Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami. Justice Neena Bansal Krishna quashed the cases in February 2016 during a televised debate hosted by Arnab Goswami. There was a certain advocate who had then filed this defamation case against whom certain words had been said because he had been arrested for his alleged role in the attack on Kanhaiya Kumar and journalists on the court premises while Kanhaiya Kumar was being produced before the judge. I want to now go across to Aman Avinav, Phoenix Legal's lawyer who appeared in this case for us. Aman, a huge congratulations to you. This is a big victory for us, Aman. And you not only appeared in the case, you were briefing Malvika Trivedi, senior advocate in the case. You also had to argue before Judge Bansal. Give us the finer details about what was pronounced today and what really happened.
Thank you, Rhythm. Indeed it is. This is a big win for freedom of press in the country across all corners. What was pronounced today was by the Honorable Delhi High Court is the judgment in the quashing petition which we had filed against the summoning order by the judicial magistrate and the complaint filed by the lawyer against whom we had done a story. The primary arguments or the primary arguments that was led by us against the quashing of the summoning as well as the complaint was that there was no offence that was made at the very beginning. There was none of the constituents of defamation were made out. There was no imputation. There was no intent to defame. And the fact that the lawyer in question had led the charge against Kanhaiya Kumar in the said event that unfolded in 2016, so of February, that was well recorded and well documented before that. And so, of course, the opinion which was formed by us, which was a fair one, and it only reflected the truth, which is also a defense. And since the defense is a complete defense of truth is disclosed at the very beginning, and so therefore there was no reason for the Honorable Magistrate to proceed in this case and issue summons to us. So while we wait for the order of the Honorable High Court to be uploaded, I guess this to understand the reasoning in detail, these are the primary points on which we had led the arguments, and we hope that the judgment would reflect these legal issues and would restate and resound the constitutional principles and the criminal law principles that are well established in the country.
Oh yes, absolutely. And Aman, even when you argued the case before Justice Bansal Krishna, you were very clear in what you were saying. Today when this order was pronounced, and she's very quick in giving orders, we were wondering why this order was taking a little bit of time. She said two words. She said that I'm going to summons have been, this case has been taken on, summons have been quashed, they've been set aside. So very, very clearly she went through the details about what you argued before her, and she came to a very clear understanding about this case case that was filed which was not defamatory. You know, we at media channels, especially at Republic TV, see several people file defamation cases. Our editor-in-chief has won once again another legal victory here, Aman, in the Delhi High Court, where once again this is very critical to understand, because in the larger scheme of things, it's also about press freedom and also people who try and curtail it, whether they are lawyers, whether others, they cannot try and curtail it by any means, because in the end, it's the freedom of press that is sacrosanct.
Absolutely, absolutely. Rhythm, you've hit the nail, appropriately. Because we still are a democratic country and we are run by the rule of law. We are governed by the rule of law. And of course, nobody can take, especially the press, if they think that they can entangle them in litigation and browbeat them and drown their voice, that's not going to happen in this country.
Absolutely. And Aman, not the first case this year that we have won, whether it's in Rajasthan, whether it's in the Jodhpur High Court, whether it's in the Calcutta High Court, whether we've seen victory this year in several other cases you've been a very important part of, it's clear that when it comes to freedom of press, the courts are very clearly waking up and knowing very critically when it's political parties that try and do motivated cases, whether it's in Karnataka where we saw that victory, or whether it's in the Rajasthan High Court where summons and quashing has been stayed for now. It's very clear that people know when motivated lobbies come before them only to try and get some vendetta politics achieved.
Absolutely, absolutely. What people and these political feats, they forget that, there is still constitutional hierarchy and there is rule of law in this country. And whenever there is any wrong that is done, that is set right by our court in due course.
And Aman, the Delhi High Court, what was the sense you were getting when they were hearing this case?
No, Justice Bansal was very, very patient, and she gave us a very patient hearing. She heard both sides. And of course, she asked very pertinent questions as to, she dealt with all the issues that were at hand. She also asked us questions as to whether calling somebody a gunda or a goon itself constitutes, defamation irrespective of the context. So we responded to that by taking her lordship to the judgments of the Supreme Court, where they clearly said that you cannot pick and choose a single word and set it out of context and claim defamation. The entire article has to be read as a whole, and the constituents of Section 499, which is the offence of defamation under the erstwhile IPC, has to be satisfied, which is that there has to be an imputation. And secondly, the imputation has to be with the intent to cause harm to the person's reputation. So both of these important constituents, which are foundational, were missing in this particular case.
Absolutely. And I remember, Raman, when you were arguing this case, even in the courtroom, senior advocate Malvika Trivedi was also very much a part of this. But it's very clear that Justice Bansal Krishna understood where this case is coming from, because these people have not only filed a case here, but they've also filed a case in the lower court, and they've also filed larger cases trying to say that we've been defamed, etc. But I think the courts are very, very aware about what defamation is. We're also facing similar cases, Aman, and I'm going to broaden this question to you, in the Calcutta High Court. We've seen similar cases being filed in other parts of the country. And I think even in other parts, defamation has to be made out so well and clearly that the courts are clear that if it's not defamatory, there is no reputation loss, then you cannot attribute anything and everything to the anchor of a very popular debate show, that is our editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami.
Yes, absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. And in fact, the Honorable Supreme Court has made it clear in so many cases. And in fact, there was a recent judgment of Justice Bela Trivedi in Iveco Majiris case in the Supreme Court, on which we also rely. And the Honorable Supreme Court says that if a complete defense is made out at the very beginning, even before summoning, then the honorable magistrate in each and every case has to apply their own judicial mind and to see and scrutinize whether the constituents are met or not. Irrespective of whatever case has been set up by the complainant, and no matter how many witnesses have been trumped up, if the basic ingredients are not met and a complete defense at the very beginning is disclosed from the very complaint, then there is no need to proceed. And that, in fact, I am yet to see by courts to implement at a large scale.
Yes. Absolutely. And I'm remembering, as you're saying this, in February this year, a significant victory also for Republic TV and our editor-in-chief Arnab and the Calcutta High Court. Aman had also quashed an FIR against the network and him over a comment that was made by a panelist. Like I said, the courts are very aware about the freedom of press. It's a proud moment. Thank you, Aman, for giving us those details. And thank you for being a part of the Phoenix legal team that brought us victory. Viewers, moving on to the other top focus that we're tracking at this hour. It's a proud moment for India and a blockbuster one for the booming automobile markets at the world's biggest motorcycle show in Milan. An Indian company will be stealing the spotlight. TVS Motor, one of South Asia's largest automobile makers, has taken center stage with a global debut that's got the entire motorcycling world talking. The company's UK-based brand, Norton Motorcycles, is all set for a marquee reveal, marking one of the most remarkable comeback stories in the world of two-wheelers. But we're going to first go across to our Defence Minister, who is speaking.
भारत की धरती पर ही बनाना प्रारंभ किया है, भारतवासियों के हाथों से बनाना प्रारंभ किया। हमारा रक्षा उत्पादन 5 गुना 6 गुना बढ़ गया है। हमने हिंदुस्तान के 2 राज्यों को, उत्तर प्रदेश और तमिलनाडु में डिफेंस कॉरिडोर, यानी वहां पर बहुत सारे सामान बनेंगे, डिफेंस के, मिसाइलें, तोप, बम, गोले सब बनेंगे। डिफेंस कॉरिडोर घोषित किया है। बहनों भाइयों, जो घोषणा पत्र जारी हुआ है उसमें कहा गया है कि अब यहां पर भी डिफेंस कॉरिडोर बिहार में भी बनेगा। अब आपके हाथों से मिसाइलें बनेंगी, आपके हाथों से औजार बनेंगे, जो कि हमारे सेना के जवान वो करते हैं। राइफल बनेंगी, संगीनें बनेंगी, बम बनेंगे, तोप बनेंगे, गोले बनेंगे। हम बिहार को एक विकसित बिहार के रूप में देखना चाहते हैं। मेरे बहनों भाइयों, बातें बहुत सारी हैं। यहां पर उद्योगों का जाल बिछाने के लिए भी हर जिले में एक फैक्ट्री खोलने का भी घोषणा पत्र में हम लोगों ने वादा किया है।
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh speaking on Operation Sindoor in Bihar. Also this election rally, he's also speaking at this in Bihar on the during this election campaign, but he's clearly pinpointing India's success during Operation Sindoor. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh speaking there during the election bugle that's been sounded off in Bihar, and he's also speaking about Operation Sindoor. Not the first time, but several times Rajnath Singh has spoken about our success, praising the forces during the way they've conducted themselves during Operation Sindoor. He once again speaks about our Operation Sindoor. Also, he had warned Pakistan earlier, giving Pakistan a warning about what lies ahead. Viewers, the other top focus, General Upendra Dwivedi, COAS, visited Kharga Corps to review the formation's operational preparedness. He was briefed on initiatives aimed at enhancing combat readiness, integrating cutting-edge technologies, strengthening interagency synergy, and advancing nation-building efforts.
इरादा बड़ा क्लियर था कि जो टेररिस्ट हैं, आतंकवादी, उनको खत्म करना है और उनके आकाओं को हमने मार खिलानी है।
other top focus, there's also news that's coming in. Prime Minister Modi's visit to Bhutan now on November 12th for King of Bhutan's birthday. That's going to be there. I'm going to try and go across to our senior editor, Abhishek Kapoor. Remember, earlier, viewers, we had been told that the Prime Minister would be visiting Bhutan on November 11th and 12th. This visit will be coinciding with the 70th birthday of Jigme Singye Wangchuk, the fourth King of Bhutan, father of current monarch Jigme Kesar Nangmyal Wangchuk. Modi may also witness the launch of infrastructure projects and also take part in cultural programs during this visit. This is also coming where Prime Minister Modi will be visiting Bhutan on November 12th. Bhutan's Prime Minister Tshering Tobgay had earlier lauded India-Bhutan ties, calling them more than a relationship, a friendship that's anchored by leaders like Prime Minister Modi and Bhutan's kings. He'd highlighted how development cooperation had evolved into deeper economic collaboration, especially in hydropower, with Indian private firms investing in Bhutan's energy sector. He thanked Prime Minister Modi for allowing a sacred Buddha relics visit to Bhutan for the Global Peace Prayer Festival, underscoring India's spiritual cultural bond with Bhutan. Prime Minister to visit Bhutan on the 12th of November. Prime Minister Modi is going to be there and he's been called the anchor of India-Bhutan friendship. Prime Minister of Bhutan has also thanked him for his friendship. The other top focus in a major political development, prominent northeastern leaders, including Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, have announced the merger of their parties to form a single political entity, declaring that our strength lies in unity and emphasizing the need to give the people of the region one collective voice. The leaders said a committee had been constituted to oversee the merger process. We spoke to Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. Listen in.
The common idea is to bring the different political parties of the Northeast and give them a platform to come together as one. We have felt that if the political parties having their own individual strengths from different states are there, we are limited to that number of seats of, say, 1 MP or 2 MP in that particular state. And therefore, if these parties come together, we have an opportunity or the chance that we may be able to build up the overall political, numbers to 5, 6 from one political entity. So that will ensure that we have a stronger base. So these are kind of things that we're trying to push forward. But more importantly, as I said, it is the voice and the concerns of the people of the region where we unitedly can take up issues irrespective of which state the issue is from, irrespective of the people that are there. This party and this entity will ensure that we take up the concerns of the people of the Northeast at large.
The complete idea is to speak in one voice, cohesively for our people. And for that, we think that it is best that we forget our personal ambition and come together and fight for the future generations of our region. And that's why we have decided that instead of speaking in different voices, we should come and speak in one voice for the interest of our people.
So will this be a merger of the complete NPP Tripura Motha?
If we want to think about ourselves, we will hold on to our identities party-wise. But if we want to think for our children, we want to think for our region, we want to think for the interest of our people, then I don't think holding on to signboards is important, but holding on to the future of our children is more important, our next generation. So yes, it will be one single political entity.
So sir, what about the NEDA?
Well, we wish everyone well. We are not fighting against anyone. We are fighting for the interest of our people.
And sir, will Bangladeshi infiltration bid will be addressed in this?
Well, the government of India is also addressing the Bangladeshi infiltration. So are we. Again, if we speak individually, the impact is less. But illegal migration from Bangladesh has to stop across Northeast because our population is small and we cannot allow illegal migration from Bangladesh to come in and besiege our population.
Zohran Mamdani's mayoral candidacy has become one of the most polarizing contests in New York's history, raising deep concerns about the city's future direction. Mamdani, 34-year-old assemblyman from Queens and self-described democratic socialist, had energized progressive activists but alarmed moderates, Republicans and business leaders.
The New York mayor election taking place today is drawing international attention because of one candidate whose rise could alter the fate of America's largest city. The man at the center of this contest is Zohran Mamdani, a state assemblyman from Queens whose unapologetically progressive platform has made him both a darling of the activist left and a lightning rod for critics who warned that his policies would push New York down a dangerous path.
Who is ready for Palestinian freedom?
Mamdani has built his career on a platform that openly challenges the foundations of law, order, and fiscal responsibility, positioning himself as a champion of causes that many New Yorkers see as dangerously out of touch with.
We're also going to go across, and coming up after a short break, we get you more news. Indie Bloc pits faith against progress. RJD questions needs to build temples over hospitals in Bihar. As the ED freezes over 40 assets of Anil Ambani in 7,000 crore rupee case, speculation over his whereabouts and if he's going to be arrested next.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
For the elderly, Dharavi is especially unforgiving. Small rooms force them to climb up the ladders to loft beds. The toilets, washrooms are very far off, and that is the reason in that age, every step that they take in these narrow lanes feels like a big struggle. For the elderly people out here, aged around 70s or 80s or plus, what is an ideal post-retirement life looks like? They want peace of mind, they want good health, they want security, they want space. And none of these are found here. Because as we have seen, most of the places, they operate their small businesses from home only. So that is the reason they stay at one place, and from the same place they operate their businesses also. Hence, the sounds of machines, they do not give them the peace of mind that they look for. Since there are no open spaces to go around or go for a walk, for the senior citizen, it's very difficult for them to discuss their ideas with people for their growth, for community's growth. Hence, they are left behind with only one option, and that is to sit on their doorsteps and discuss whatever the idea they have with their neighbors only. There are hardly any medical facility available over here. If an elderly person, if he or she falls sick, and God forbid, if there is an emergency case, it is very difficult for the ambulance to enter the lane. And in that scenario, people have to, on their feet, they take the patient out and reach out to the nearest possible facility. Talking about the basic medical aid, well, that is also a challenge here.
मेरा नाम है खातून भी है, मैं इधर धाराई में रहती हूँ। मेरे घर के पास पूरा गंदगी रहता, कचरा साफ नहीं होता, बच्चे लोग को लेके जाने के लिए, लेके आने के लिए तकलीफ हो रहा, सफाई नहीं हो रहा, और मच्छर बिच्छर इतना काट रहा, इतना गंदगी फैल रहा इधर, इतना बीमार सामार गिर रहा इधर। ऐसा जान आने को बारिश का टाइम, इसका टाइम भी तकलीफ हो रहा है इधर। हम लोग शाम को भी बैठते, गर्म होएगा तो घर के पास बैठते, इधर ही अपना घर के पास बैठते और इतना गंदगी, इतना बास भी आता है, इतना गंदगी भी फैलाई जाता और बच्चे लोग को लेके जाने के लिए, बच्चे लोग को लेके बैठने के लिए भी नहीं, बातचीत करने के लिए भी अगर बैठेंगे तो बहुत बात आता है।
Well, at last I can say, in Dharavi, old age is not a phase of rest in life. It brings another test of endurance for these old age people. Well, in the struggle continues till their last breath. And that is Dharavi for you.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप। थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये ही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है, अरे मेरे राजा। सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
In a shocking turn of events over the South China Sea, 2 US Navy planes crashed into the ocean during what should have been normal training on the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier. The near simultaneous losses involved an MH-60R Seahawk helicopter and an F-18F Super Hornet. Both aircraft operate with highly integrated avionics that depend on accurate satellite navigation, data link connectivity to the carrier, and redundant onboard sensors during launch, recovery, and maritime patrol. In the South China Sea, China has systematically layered electronic warfare systems across.
Indie bloc pits faith against progress. Indie bloc labeling temples as anti-development. Why mock temples for votes? Debating tonight at 8 p.m. Money, power and $1 billion freeze. Assets attached. Anil Ambani's arrest next. Will Anil Ambani be arrested? Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
मेरे कहने का मतलब कि राम मंदिर बनाना जरूरी है, बट क्या अस्पताल बनाना जरूरी नहीं है? हाँ? रोजी रोजगार जरूरी नहीं है? रोजी रोजगार के लिए ट्रम्प को वोट करने जाएंगे हम? भगवान दिल में होता है, श्रद्धा में होता है, मंदिर में सिर्फ एक मूर्ति होती है।
Indie bloc pits faith against progress. RJD leader makes a controversial comment on the need to build temples over hospitals in Bihar. As the Enforcement Directorate freezes over 40 assets of Anil Ambani, valued at over 7,000 crore rupees, speculation over whether he will be arrested next. Kashmir Cricket League turns into a financial fiasco. Visuals emerge showing players locked in a lobby. Chris Gale also stranded inside a room as the scam hits the ceiling. Indian firm TVS leading the global race in automobiles. TVS driving the Norton revival in Milan reveals its big flagship models on the Norton range. And the big political headline of the day, major Northeast leaders unite in Delhi to launch a brand new entity. Leaders like Conrad Sangma, Pradyut Burman and major leaders are part of the new political outfit that wants to speak in one voice for the Northeast. Getting in some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. one of the most high-profile local elections that you will see. It's not local by any value. The BMC elections in Mumbai is critical because every party wants their hand in the pie, and the pie itself is valued at 75,000 crore rupees. 75,000 crore budget of the BMC. Every political party has been waiting for the elections to be announced, and the dates are now announced. The dates are out. Voting for BMC will be held on the 2nd of December. This is the Maharashtra local body elections. Counting on the 3rd of December. And we are getting in some more details. The State Election Commission has made the announcement. I'm going across to Satya Prakash, my colleague, joining us live from Mumbai with more details of that. Satya Prakash, ye jo elections hai, it's a very high-profile election. Dates have been announced. ये जो last few months में हुई है मीटिंग पे मीटिंग स्ट्रेटेजिक मीटिंग्स हुई है, स्ट्रेटेजिक रीअलाइनमेंट हो रहा है एलाइज के तरफ से. हु इज वेयर इन दिस बीएमसी बैटल? सत्या.
देखिए, महाराष्ट्र चुनाव आयोग ने चुनाव की घोषणा कर दिया है. महाराष्ट्र के राजपथ से जो पंचायत चुनाव को लेकर घोषणा किया गया है, और ये पंचायत चुनाव जो है 2 दिसंबर को और 3 दिसंबर को काउंटिंग हुआ. लेकिन जिस तरह से महाराष्ट्र में यहाँ पर चाहे बीजेपी हो चाहे शिवसेना हो, लगातार चुनाव की तैयारियां कर रहा था और लगातार कहीं न कहीं यहाँ पर सरकार को घेरने की कोशिश कर रहा था. कुछ दिन पहले ही यहाँ पर विपक्षी पार्टियों ने एक रैली निकाला था, मार्च निकाला था और सरकार घेरने की कोशिश किया था. लेकिन जिस तरह से ये कहा जा रहा था कि जो विपक्षी पार्टियां हैं, चाहे उद्धव ठाकरे गुट हो, चाहे कांग्रेस हो, चाहे शरद पवार की पार्टियां हो, सभी लोग कह रहे थे, मांग कर रहे थे कि चुनाव आयोग से कि इस चुनाव को आगे लेकर जाया जाए, क्योंकि जिस तरह से वोट चोरी का आरोप लगा रहे थे और मांग कर रहे थे कि इसकी जांच की जाए. लेकिन महाराष्ट्र चुनाव आयोग ने इसकी मांग को नहीं स्वीकार किया है और महाराष्ट्र चुनाव आयोग ने चुनाव की घोषणा कर दिया है. 2 दिसंबर को वोटिंग होगी, 3 दिसंबर को रिजल्ट आएगा. तो कहीं न कहीं जो विपक्षी पार्टियां लगातार मांग कर रही थी कि इस चुनाव को आगे बढ़ाया जाए और इसको जांच करा जाए, कहीं न कहीं चुनाव आयोग को उसको दरकिनार करते हुए चुनाव की घोषणा कर दिया है. जी.
Okay. Thank you for joining us with those inputs. Satya Prakash joining us with the details of the Election Commission. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, giving you the critical details. This is the Nagar Panchayat, Nagar Parishad elections. These are the Maharashtra local elections. Maharashtra local elections, voting day 2nd of December, counting day 3rd of December 2025. Let's go across to the next breaking news story coming in from Bengal now, where Mamata Banerjee, the West Bengal Chief Minister, is holding a protest. Now, she's on a protest against the Election Commission. Her party, the Trinamool Congress, has been opposing the SIR, the Special Intensive Revision Exercise. And there are pictures coming in of her march versus Shuvendu Adhikari's march. Now, the Mamata Banerjee march is also happening in Kolkata, and Shuvendu is countering Mamata Banerjee. And we're getting pictures from both sides, live pictures from Kolkata as we broadcast this evening coming in. Let's go across to those pictures, and Mamata Banerjee also speaking live while opposing the Election Commission and the planned SIR ahead of the elections to clean up the voter rolls in Bengal. Mayuk is joining me live with both sets of pictures. Mayuk, there is Mamata Banerjee, who's fighting the Election Commission, Shuvendu Adhikari also leading another march against Mamata. Take us through the developments. Mayuk.
See in the pictures, Shuvendu Adhikari is in North 24 Parganas, Panihati area, which is a densely populated area, mainly a urban area where SIR has been a huge success on the first day itself. On the other hand, Mamata Banerjee, on the first day of SIR only, she is marching on the streets of Kolkata, the heart of the city in central Kolkata. Her demand is that the SIR should not exclude any valid voters. But the point is that that's the whole point of doing SIR. Include the valid voters and exclude the illegal voters. So basically what Mamata Banerjee is doing is creating a sense of fear, a fear-mongering politics is what Trinamool Congress is doing right now. First they said that SIR is going to exclude all the Muslim names, all the minority names. Then they said SIR is going to exclude all the Hindus coming from Bangladesh before 2014. The fact remains that the Hindus coming from Bangladesh before 2014 can apply in CAA, and those who have stepped into the land of India before 31st of December 2024 can actually stay in India with absolute immunity. They don't have to show their papers. The Immigration Act has also been changed. So Mamata Banerjee's fear-mongering is becoming a prime politics here because of the fact that time and again BJP has said that Mamata Banerjee is thriving on the vote bank politics of Rohingyas and Bangladeshi infiltrators. Indian Muslims in Bengal, Indian Muslims in West Bengal, residing in West Bengal, they are happy. They are welcoming the SIR progress. In fact, in our cameras, they have said that we welcome the SIR. There's nothing wrong. There's no sense of fear among us. So Mamata Banerjee is slowly and gradually realizing the fact that SIR has become a success in Bengal on the first day itself. Now Mamata Banerjee is saying that either Election Commission comes up with proper data in every step, or they should stop the SIR and continue for the next 2 years, which is kind of abrupt, Niranjan.
Looking at the statements that have been coming in from different leaders of the Trinamool Congress in the last few weeks, especially after Election Commission made that announcement of nationwide SIR, Mayuk, you've been reporting in Bengal for many years now, and Republic Bangla has also played a key role in exposing how many infiltrators are there in Bengal. Now, how rampant is this problem, and how critical is the need for a cleanup of this voter roll in Bengal especially?
Niranjan, I should show you a story. It's a curious case where first BJP leaders, the opposition leaders, were saying that you won't find the rack pickers, the sanitation workers in many parts of Kolkata right now, just because of the fact that most of them, certain localities, most of them they are missing. In fact, Election Commission